Excited to have you join us for tonight's news show. Keith Avalon for Play Games. Sam is here as well. He's producing the show from the other side of the room. And tonight's show will be rather loosely formatted. I'm just going to wing it, I think. I do have sort of a script, sort of an outline, but it will be casual, to say the least. Super glad you're here. Lots of stuff to talk about. Let's start by thanking everybody who made the trip to Denver last week for PLAAY.con 2023. It was a best ever convention. Had such an awesome time with everyone. I just posted, well, yesterday I guess it was, a recap of the convention with photographs and commentary and statistical results from the different tournaments. And so I won't spend a lot of time talking about that. You can check it out there because, you know, a picture says 1,000 words. So check that out on the PLAAY.com website. Click the blog link and it'll take you to the recap of 6 days of PLAAY.con 2023. And it was 6 days. Really, from the time first people arrived at our house and to the time the last person left. We are already talking about PLAAY.con 2024. One of the things we're talking about is extending it a day because so many people arrived early. It's like people can't wait to start gaming. So we are thinking about adding a third day. Our plan, nothing's etched in stone yet, but we have talked to the hotel. And we talked to a number of convention goers. What we're thinking about is like adding a third day of pretty much open play. So we wouldn't add necessarily any extra activities, organized activities, but we might just have a day of mostly just playing games in the ballroom, in the meeting space. We don't know whether that would be best to put that day at the beginning of the convention or at the end of the convention or the middle day of the convention, but it is something we're talking about, and so we'll have plans put together here probably earlier this year than we did last year. I would imagine we'll get these plans in place probably by October, so stay tuned. But thank you all for attending. It was such a great time, and please do check out the blog post. Take a look at the photos if you weren't able to attend this year. Hope you can attend next year. One of the things we did at the convention was break out the new boxed version of our holiday tennis game, Let's Play Tennis. And so we're going to make that game available at the end of this month. We'll give you a sneak preview here. Of course, for the folks at the convention, they've already seen it. But those of you watching at home, let's give you a look at some of the components here. Are we at the table cam yet? We're on the table. All right, here's the box. It's a white box, our first white boxed game. And it has the classic, Play.com sleeve and the Play Games box. Here are the boxed contents. I'm going to make this a quick tour, I think, because we got a lot of news to talk about. But this is what it's going to look like. It'll come in a little sleeve like this. I'm going to open it up like this here. And this is what you'll get. So, of course, the dice and the momentum chips, the pawns to mark the board. Here's your rules booklet, which is 8 pages in length. The player cards will be packaged like this. They are going to be cut cards for this game, and as you can see, full color. They're also. I probably am not speaking into this microphone. Is it? Okay. The Christmas game had 18 up cards that were 18 cards to a sheet. These are twice the size. They're 9 ups. We thought we'd do a larger, more elegant look. So they're basically baseball card size cards in full color. And there will be the stars of the 2000s. The same cards that came with the holiday game will come with this game, but they're reformatted in this new style. Here are the game boards. It's a bifold game board. And, I was talking with Sam before the stream. I was wondering how many people at the convention noticed that it was a double-sided board. We set up the back of the board so as to be able to accommodate your tournament field. There's the tournament mode, just like in the golf game, where you can, get down from a big pile of cards down to your Sweet 16. And we've set up the back of the board so you can do that there, and then when you've got your field, you can flip it over and do your games here. Oops, whoa, look at that. The cards will go here. There's enough room for 2 cards on each side. You can play doubles. We had a great time, by the way, playing doubles at the convention. It really really kind of drove home the point that this game is it could be a good multiplayer game. You can play it really well with four people, making decisions on whether to go for the winner, how to spend your momentum chip, and so on. This is the game board, and this is kind of cool the way this works. So the different modes of the game, you get the no rally mode, the point by point mode, your tournament mode, and your for the set mode. If you got the game already at the holidays, you understand what these modes are. But the way we've set this up is, and hopefully I can get this on the screen. So let's say you're going to start with the tournament mode. You'll set it up like this and like this. And you'll do your tournament mode, get your cards, and then you'll take them off here. And then you'll go to your actual tournament. And so you will use the for the set mode, which will set up like this. You have your guys here. Or you can, if you like, you can go to the, just use the no rally mode. Or you can go to the point-by-point mode and set that up like that. So it's kind of modular in nature, in the same way as the holiday game was, but we just sort of built the components to sort of embrace that. So those are the components for the tennis game, and we'll be making this available at the end of this month. August 31st is our release date for Let's Play Tennis, the boxed version. I'm going to set this over here. Excuse me just a second.
The wait lists are all going live right now.
Sam is saying the wait lists are going live now. We made the web pages, created those over the last couple days, and he's making them go live. And you could go, if you want to sign up to be notified when this game is released, you can just put your name on the wait list, your email address, and we'll be happy to send it out. But I'm just FYI, it's August 31st is the official release date for the game. All right, that's Let's Play Tennis. You can read all about it on the website, and really excited to have these components, full color and full desktop is, I think, going to be a really fun game to play head-to-head with multiple people or, tabletop solo as well. Next on the list of things to talk about, coming next week, the 2023 Pro In-Season cards for History Maker Baseball. We brought that back last year after a COVID hiatus, and we had so much. It was very well received. It was our biggest release yet for the in-season set. Seems like a lot of people are kind of into playing tomorrow's baseball tonight. Excuse me. So we're bringing it back. We have a new card design for this year. Let's just go ahead and get that out. We just finished this up today. This is what it will look like. We'll offer this as a PDF as well. And it is sort of got the retro theme. We have a new card style. What can I say about it? They're rated, again, thanks to Travis Jansen for creating the ratings for these. We built the card design, and it's in a classic black and white retro-themed look. I'm going to go ahead and separate one of these here. They will separate like this. That's really not the way I wanted to separate it. I wanted to separate it this way, but I guess I can separate it this way. This is the Baltimore Orioles. Now, the cards are the 24 up size. We do that, to keep the cost down. We make this our least expensive set. We feel like this is price is important on this set. So this set's going to sell for $29. You get the entire Major League Baseball set. 24 cards per team. 12 pitchers, 12 batters, and all that for $29. You also get umpires. I'll show you that in a second. So there's a little stack of guys. Now, for reference, I think maybe my inspiration for this was the Cracker Jack cards of the 1980s that used to be able to get in boxes of Cracker Jacks. I've got my Mike Piazza card here. Excuse me again. Sorry. I don't know what's gotten into me. I need my LaCroix. Hang on. Excuse me just a moment. gives me an opportunity to. Oh, that's right. You can't see. We're on the table cam, aren't we? There we go. There's my LaCroix. This may be sort of the subtle inspiration for me. I always loved these cards, and so they're the same size as those Cracker Jack cards. They're easy to handle, but kind of small in size. However, as you can see, we've got all the necessary data, and I actually made the fonts bigger than these are actually bigger than the normal size fonts on our normal size cards. So they're very easy to read, and you can go through them very simply, stack them up, and here they are, the 2023 Orioles. So anyway, these are the cards. The PDF will have cut lines. You can trim them yourself, or the beautiful thing about this is that if you'd like to just play from the team sheet, you can, because all the players for each team are on their own sheet. So in other words, all the Orioles are right here. All of the Red Sox are right here. All of the White Sox are right here. So you have all the players on the team on one page. Well, let me show you the umpire cards. They're at the very back. Umpire cards look like this. We're giving you 48 umpires this year. Last year we gave you 24. I felt like the full set will have, I think there are around 90 or so actual umpires. But we're giving you the top 48 based on games played for this card set. What else do we have in here? We have some blank cards. Oh, you have an extra page. So what we did was we wanted to make sure every team had a catcher, and some teams, you hated to bump somebody just to put a catcher who maybe didn't play that much. So we added a page so we didn't do that this year. This year we put the catchers who didn't play that much with their own page and saved that 12th spot for a regular batter. So there's a page of nothing but catchers. And then we have the blank cards. You can see there's some of the blank cards here. You get a full sheet of blank cards. You can you can fill these out and bring the late season call ups, or guys that we didn't card that maybe you'd like to card, or maybe you'd like to do. I mean, we have designed this set to be very express friendly. However, you certainly can play full play. In fact, we're going to play full play with it next week on the show. At least part of the game will play full play. It's perfectly compatible with the full play game. And maybe you'd like to play out your team's season full play, so you can create cards for any player that you want that we didn't card here. And again, it's the top 24 players from each team based on the top 12 batters based on plate appearances, the top 12 pitchers based on innings pitched. So that's the in-season set. That will be available next Thursday. I will tell you, we will probably make it available a little sooner, but we will stream next Thursday and feature it in our stream. Always excited to get this set out. We had a lot of great World Series pre-plays with the in-season card set. What we'll typically do is play out the season, like in September or something, or August, late August. Finish out the regular season, then have our own playoffs, and then we'll crown our World Series champion somewhere. We usually do it somewhere remote, and have our own, World Series, our Fall Classic pre-play. This year we're going to have that in Cooperstown, New York, which leads me to my next topic on the news show, and that is our History Maker baseball event at the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. It's October 14th. We will be doing the World Series pre-play at our official hotel in Cooperstown on Friday night, the 13th, the night before the Cooperstown event. So we'll have actually like 2 days of baseball fun in Cooperstown. Now, I will say that the Cooperstown event is getting pretty full. We have room in the meeting space. They have a special room that they will allow us to use at the Hall of Fame, which will accommodate 24 people. And we have 21 people signed up, definite, and we have another 8 people on the list who are in the maybe category. So we do have room for you, though, at the hotel if you'd like to participate in the Fall Classic pre-play. So in either case, reach out to me via email. You can either hit the link on the contact button on the website, or you can email me directly, info@play.com, for the World Series pre-play and the Cooperstown Hall of Fame event, October 13th and 14th in Cooperstown, New York. It will be much fun had. It will be very, very memorable. Honestly, it's going to be pretty spectacular to be, playing with, Roger Maris, Babe Ruth, and, Walter Johnson right there in the Baseball Hall of Fame with our Cooperstown cards. Next, let's talk about the basketball game. That was one of the hot topics at the convention. Our full play hoops game. Many, many thanks to Tom Kerwin and Travis Jansen and Paul Salzgeber for showing the game relentlessly throughout the 3 days of the convention. They did a great job of teaching people how to play, showing them how to play, kind of explaining the nuances, and really letting people play. There, in many cases, I think in most cases, the game plan was to explain the game and then kind of sit back and let people play the game themselves. And everybody was very, very enthusiastic about it. And as you probably read on the Facebook page and various other places, that the wait has definitely been worth it. We have made some pretty good improvements. Some of the things that really concerned me a year and a half ago, we've managed to take care of, largely because of the extended fast action charts. We call them FACS, FAC, but in this case it stands for fast action chart, not fast action card. Let me show you where are those? Here they are. This game box is a mess. Sorry about that. It's stuffed full of cards and stat sheets. So this is what the chart cards look like. They are large, but that allows us to be able to. The thing about this game was that in order to fit it on the small fast action cards, everything had to be kind of codified. You had to have like code words and sort of a shorthand for describing what was going on, and you had to learn that. It was like learning a foreign language. And it finally occurred to me, after numerous people would, try to play test the game, and then I wouldn't hear anything from them. It was like they couldn't figure out how to get a game done because they had to keep going back to the instructions to understand what the cards meant. So the simple solution was to expand the cards, give more room to explain it out. So instead of it saying, green wow, it will say green players trade wow shots, defensive rebound to the team if missed. There's plenty more room on there. So we did this for the whole deck, and at first glance, you're going to think, wow, that's going to be hard to shuffle those, and you have to roll a die for each one, and isn't that going to be kind of a hassle? Well, first of all, they're not that hard to shuffle. Second of all, you don't need to shuffle them. I mean, you could probably play this game with this deck without shuffling it at all. You shuffle it mainly out of force of habit, really, but. The deck itself does not need to be shuffled because it has dice rolls on it. So anyway, this has really been the major development in the game that's made it much more playable, and it's allowed us to get games in faster and more people playing them. And I wanted to go over some of the statistics that I've generated playing this game. The game flow has always been good. The main thing that the main reason this is dragged on is because I know that the full play game is really the appeal of it is the stats guys, and the stats guys want the stats to be right. So that is I've really kind of felt the burden to make sure that the stats are right. Now, the way we roll here at Play, we're not looking for statistical precision. We just want the players to play like they're supposed to play. The big rebound guys get rebounds. The superstars make the shots. The big high scorers score a lot. The guys that don't play much don't play much. The guys are horrible on defense, play horribly on defense. You get what I'm saying? We want the players to play like they're supposed to play, and we want the stats to be believable and plausible and realistic. There's a difference between realism and precision. We're not looking to dial into the 10th, the third decimal point. We just want the players to play, like they're supposed to play. So with that in mind, that's been the focus of of the last year and a half is trying to get those statistics dialed into a point that I feel like they're acceptable. So I played 10 games with the 2021-22 cards, just 10 various games. The last one I played, Steve Tower had an extra day here in Denver, so he and I, one of the things we did on his day here, Sunday, we played, he took the Celtics, 2021-22 Celtics, I took the Pelicans, and we played a game, and of course he clocked me. It was 145 to 110. And yeah, I know 145. Steve did not. He was throwing threes to the very end. So I felt like he should have been putting his reserves in when it was. I will say it was a pretty exciting game. So the Celtics got out to like an early 30-point lead in the second period. It's like, oh boy! But somehow the Pelicans got back in it. In the third quarter, they got to within 11. I had the ball with a chance to bring it into single digits. Didn't make it, and then things kind of fell apart from there, and he wound up winning by 35. But anyways, it was a fun game, and I've got the stat sheet in here. Anyway, not to belabor the point, let me just roll over some of the stats. So these are the stats. I've played 10 games with these 2021-22 teams. I've got my average versus the NBA average. So forced turnovers, not steals. That would be like balls thrown away or whatever. So my 10 game average is 6.3 per team per game. The NBA is 6.2. Block shots, my 10 game. These are all per team averages. 4.2 block shots per game. Actual average is 4.7. Steals per game 8.0. Actual average is 7.6. Field goals attempted. My average is 86.1 per game. NBA average that year was 88.1. Field goals made, 37.5 versus 40.6. This is where it is still a little off that I'm still dialing this part in. I'll talk about that in a second. 3-point field goals attempted, NBA average is 35.2. My 10-game average is 35.8. Free throws attempted, 20.7. Actual NBA was 21.9, just about one off per game. Free throws made, marginally off. Points per game are a little bit off. I'm about 5 points per game per team off. And again, I'll talk about that in a second. Personal fouls are right on the money, 19.5 to 19.6. Offensive rebounds, 8.7 to 10.3. Defensive rebounds are 41.3 to 34.1. Let me mention something about that in a second. So total field goals attempted are within a couple each. So 2 quick points. First of all, on the scoring, it appears like that the game is just a tidge off on 2-point shots made, and so I'm going to make revisions to fix that. I have a couple of small changes in mind. Again, it's like just tweaking it just a little bit in order to get that, because you've got so many different possessions. We're really talking about probably three baskets per game per team. The other thing is rebounds, and if somebody's watching that can explain this, we found that if you add up total missed shots and missed free throws in an NBA, go to like an NBA box score, the official NBA stats, if you add up total missed shots and missed free throws, it should equal rebounds, but it doesn't. There are some missing rebounds somewhere in the official NBA stats, and we've yet to figure out why that is. So we're just going to accept that our rebound totals are a little bit higher than the NBA because we're accounting for all of the rebounds. So if somebody can tell me why it is that in the NBA there are some missed shots or missed free throws that don't get counted, don't have rebounds counted for them, that would be helpful to us. We've researched it and have not come up with the answer. So those are the 2 things that I'm still working on. So people are obviously chomping at the bit to get this game out. Are we back on like face cam or the?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay. So I'm talking. I should have been looking here instead of looking there. Sorry about that. People are obviously chomping at the bit to have the game out. They want to know when it's going to come out, and I think these are both easy fixes. Well, really, the rebounds I don't think really needs to be fixed. I think it's just a matter of either we're counting them wrong or the NBA is counting them wrong. I'm confident that rebounds are fine. It's an accounting thing. As far as the made 2-pointers, I think that's going to be a relatively easy fix, but I do need to play test it. The thing about the basketball game is it takes a while to play. It's about a 90-minute game. Keeping stats. And let me show you a stat sheet, just so you know. So this is what the stat sheet looks like, or what my stat sheet. You gonna go to the table cam real quick?
Yeah.
So
Do you want to answer some questions here too?
yeah, I will in just a second. Yeah. So this is the stat sheet. So you can see there's quite a bit of stat keeping that's going on here. I don't think that it will be difficult to fix the 2 point thing, and I guess the point I was going to make was keeping the stats adds, I would say, a significant amount of time to the gameplay, probably about a half hour, and yet, that's the part that I need to be doing, is keeping the stats so that I can verify that it all works. So, finding 90 minutes to 2 hours, it takes 90 minutes to play the game and keep the stats, and then another, 15, 20 minutes to compile them. And I know iScore, right. I'll probably do that at some point. Right now, I do not have iScore. I understand it makes it easier to keep statistics. Bottom line is, it takes me about 2 hours to play a full-play basketball game, and it's very hard for me to find 2 hours just sitting around free time. So I don't know how quickly I'll be able to dial this in, but I am moving toward it, and I'm confident it'll happen. I'm enthusiastic about the way the game plays. It's almost there, so if you'll just bear with me, we'll get this game out there. I'm hopeful that we'll have it available first part of 2024. But again, that would be predicated on me being able to, play it out and get these minor things fixed. There are also a couple of other things. The unusual results are not complete. They're sort of partially filled out at this point. There's a couple of other things like that that are, minor, but it's like dotting the I and crossing the T to get it finished. So hopefully first part of next year, but I will say when it does come out, I think people will really be happy with it. Questions. Let's not make this a Q&A on hoops because we got other new stuff, but I will take a couple if they're...
Yeah, well, I'm not sure how relevant this would be now. They might have been specific to what you were talking about, but Cross asks, what if a shot goes out of bounds and doesn't hit the backboard or rim?
That is supposed to count as a team defensive rebound. So that's the way we're counting them. If a shot bounces off without a defender touching it, or if it's like an air ball that goes out of bounds, that would be classified, as I understand the NBA rules, that is classified as a team rebound, a team defensive rebound, and that's how we're classifying it.
Okay, similarly, somebody else asked almost immediately afterwards, air balls or balls off the rim out of bounds untouched?
It's still supposedly the NBA says every missed shot has to have a rebound. So that would count as a defensive rebound. Now, if it if the shot is blocked out of bounds, let's say a guy takes a shot from the top of the key or from the baseline, it's blocked, nobody else touches it and it goes out of bounds. That would be considered an offensive team rebound. That's how we're counting it in our stats. And that's the way I understand it. That's how that would be counted. Anyway, we don't need to be talking about offensive. It is a mystery. Email me if you got some question about how this all works. But check it out. Check it out. You add up the missed field goals, add up the missed free throws, and then add up the total rebounds. You'll see, wait a minute, it doesn't add up. So I don't know. We were all scratching our heads on this. Okay. Were there any other questions that I should answer or?
No,
okay.
I don't think so.
All right, let's move on then. Card sets coming this fall. Let me just quickly run down the list. 1995 Scram season coming in mid-September. Wayne Montana's rookie season. I'm excited about who the favorite is that year for to take it all, but I'm not going to reveal it at this point. But the card set is the ratings are done. We still need to actually create the cards, but it's going to be a super cool set. 1995 Scram season, mid-September. 2023 Football America, late September. The NBA cards, 2022 and 23 NBA with our Denver Nuggets as champions for the first time ever. And the 2023-24 Blam cards, our first update for the Basketball League of America. Both of those will come in early October. Cooperstown cards for History Maker Baseball. We're going to play them at the Hall of Fame, and then we'll make them available after we get back. That'll be mid-October. I hesitate to say late October. It'll be like the 20th or so. For the Cooperstown cards. 2022-23 NHL will happen in mid-October. We'll do our Commissioner's Surprise Tournament again. Would be fun to do that on location somewhere this year. If anybody's got a good game store and a good group of people would like to gather there, we could maybe do the Great Eight or whatever on location. I'd be up for that. Otherwise, we'll do it online like we have the last couple of years. The 2023 pro golf season is scheduled for mid-December. Note the gap between the hockey and golf cards from basically mid-October, end of October to start of December. That's because we got the holiday sale coming up. Can you believe? I almost hate to mention it because it means the year is flying right by. Our annual holiday sale, we are preparing for that. It will be a lot like last year's, where it'll go the whole weekend. We'll have a discount for the printed products. We'll have a discount for the PDFs. We will have doorbusters at a specific given in advance hour. We were talking about this today. We're also going to do what was it we did on free 20 free. Remember we hid free stuff all over the website? We're going to do that again for the Christmas sale. Like little hidden gifts, stocking stuffers, unannounced, discreet. We'll have that also for the holiday sale. So we are making plans for that already, and hope you'll join us for that. And then the online Christmas party, which is always fun. We're going to do the White Elephant Gift Exchange again, and other festivities. We'll have some sort of a crowd, a group participation, audience participation event. I think we've done the match game thing twice now. I probably don't. I remember last year when I was putting together the matching questions, like, man, I'm kind of running out of things to match. So we'll probably do something a little bit different. But we will have our online Christmas party coming up after the holidays, so a couple weeks after mid-December. And then 2024. And another big year. We're making plans for that as well, which we will share for you at a later date. So that's our news show for tonight. Thank you for watching. It's an honor having people interested in what we're doing, that they would sit down and put everything aside and watch a YouTube video to see what we're up to. Hopefully we've captured your imagination and your attention with some of the things we got coming up, and you'll be participating along with us. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out. That always helps us helps YouTube recommend new people to us. So do hit the like button if you can. Next week we're playing baseball, as I mentioned, with the in-season cards. Always a lot of fun. Looks like the Rockies are in Los Angeles to play the Dodgers a week from tonight. And so we might we very well might pre-play that game and see how close we come to it, with as close as we can get to the actual lineup. So that'll be next Thursday right here on the Play Space, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Play Games YouTube channel. Until then, have a great weekend. Stay cool if it's hot where you are, like it is here. Safe travels if you're on the road, and appreciate you being part of our awesome community. We'll see you next time right here on the Play Space Live.